I'm here today with the senior executives of Compact Powertrain, a company that has developed a radical new internal combustion engine that is almost impossibly small, light and compact. With me are John Minette, CEO, Steve Nichols, the technical director, but perhaps better known as the chief designer of the McLaren MP44, the most successful Formula One car of all time, Dick Langford, Managing Director of Langford Performance Engineering, and Tim Metcalfe, former Merchant Bank CEO. So John, can you give me a bit of background to this project?
Yeah, certainly, Alex. Yeah. Well, it started with this Formula One engine that I was working on several years ago. We had done a number of radical technical features to get the size and weight of the engine way below a conventional Formula One engine. In fact, we were less than half the size and weight. We had several people interested in running the engine, but they wanted to confirm that it was legal. So we met up with the late Charlie Whiting, who was in charge of the technical side at the FIA, that's Motorsport's governing body. And he was happy to confirm, yep, it was completely within the regulations. But then just a few weeks later, the regulations were modified and we found that the engine was effectively banned.
That must have been pretty depressing.
It was a bit of a backhanded compliment, to be honest, yes. So we had a Formula One engine, which was a very extreme engine, designed to rev to over 23,000 revs. It needed to be spun at 10,000 just to start it. And we had no application, and basically that was the end of that.
What happened next?
Well, I retired hurt. For a number of reasons, I needed a break from it. But Steve kept on saying it was a good project, it was too good just to let go. And then we started to get some phone calls from various people saying that was it as small and light as they'd heard on the grapevine, and the fact that if it existed, then they would be buying it. So we had to look at it again.
So what did you do?
Well, I decided to involve Steve, and together we had a look at the original concept and then looked at how we could simplify the design and also bring the advantages into something which behaved just like a normal engine.
This new design is down to you, Steve.
Yes, I guess it is. The idea was to take the fundamental concepts from this Formula One engine and apply them in a more practical sense for non-racing applications. So it's been made smaller, effectively taken half of the engine, 4 cylinders now instead of 8, and then generally just making it more practical, less extreme. So due to the unusual internal architecture, it is extremely compact, as you can see. And in fact, if you take away the inlet and exhaust manifolds, the basic mechanical package is only about 10 inches by 10 inches by 5 inches thick and weighs about 20 kilograms, maybe a third of the weight of a conventional engine.
Incredible. And you'll be overseeing testing, Dick?
Yes, we will be looking after the test programme of the engine, yes.
You're ex-Cosworth, Dick, and familiar with some of the finest engines of all time. What do you make of this project?
Amazed really when I first saw it, the compact size, the weight, the genius of the machining, the concept was just so radical.
Is it patentable?
It is patentable, yes. We've got an initial patent ready to file which features 10 fundamental aspects of the engine, and we are sure that once we get into serious development there'll be a lot more patents going in as well.
Tim, you've taken a number of companies successfully to market without adopting such a public role as you have with Compact Powertrain.
Yes, that's the case. But with this particular project, I just thought it was absolutely fantastic, and with an excellent team. This sort of engineering is at my heart, and I hadn't certainly seen anything like it. And since being involved in the project, we've seen interest from the defence sector, interest from mainstream automotive, and a myriad of other sectors where an engine like this, of this sort of compact design, can fit in very well to future applications.
Isn't everything going to be electric?
That may be what you read in the papers and sometimes see on TV, but we're a long way from an all-electric future. There are many applications where an internal combustion engine is still required, and indeed an internal combustion engine sitting alongside other hybrid and modern electrical technologies. And actually an engine like this, of this sort of compact size and weight, can facilitate some of those technologies coming on as mainstream perhaps quicker than they otherwise would do.
Gentlemen, thank you.